Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Klaus. This is my house, and today we're doing some more Fallout 4 building here at the Boston airport. Now, I did notice one problem. I was telling Nick Valentine to go to this area right here, and he would just kind of come into here and then stand and not do anything. So that was confusing and frustrating to say the least. But I don't know if it's because the AI thinks there's still the stuff here or what. But this might be semi-useless area. Um, we'll basically just find that out as time goes on. Without further ado, though, let's get back to our building. Now, I was saying that I would really like to continue doing the houses here first, and then we're going to go finish off this stuff over here. But yeah, we definitely want to fill it in, make it look kind of nice and not pretty like over there. I really don't have too many preferences as to how we go about doing that. The other thing that I really feel like we need to be mindful, or at least I need to be mindful as I'm doing this, is how are people getting into places? So like this is fine right here. This person will be able to get in just fine. This person over here is going to be able to get in just fine. I had thought about maybe making some sort of staircase up and over the houses, which could be possible. I feel like it's kind of dumb to do that off the main hall, but you know, it is what it is. Um, but yeah, these two guys in here, if the NPCs can't walk through this area, then this guy is homeless. Well, not homeless, but he can't get to his house. And the same with this guy. So there's questionable housing predicaments. So I think like for this guy, we'll just have him come off right over there, and maybe we can kind of hug these buildings just a bit more. You know, all things considered. You know what? Might also be really neat to do some sort of more interesting stuff, maybe. When I say that, I'm talking about fiddling around with stairs and whatnot. Like that would definitely hit the ground, which I don't necessarily want. If I did something like this, there might be a way. Maybe. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to get this. Just to kind of come up and touch it. And that way we can have maybe something a little bit more interesting. I don't know how well we're going to be able to line it up and make it fit and all that good stuff. But hell, who knows? This might actually turn out really, really well. Time will tell. Time always tells. But it doesn't tell me. I'm thinking what we do is at least make this one. I'll try and give him a big ladder. Like that. Maybe something like that. So he can go up here, and then he goes up here, and then this is like a little bedroom area. Maybe this is like a sitting area. No, this is a really bad. This is a really bad entrance. This needs to be on this side. Where are you? There you are. The reason why this needs to be on that side is because, let's say you came up on this side, right? And no, you come up here. Then you would have to walk around this way. If I put shit here, it just don't work. I suppose we could have put it here, but then I'm worried that's gonna, you know, mess with the flow over there. This is gonna end up being fine. We'll just have to kind of be mindful of what we're doing. But I think this will be nice just to kind of have like a little varied living area. Maybe this is his bed, and this is like the hangout area. We can give him like a window here, so or her, and they'll have a nice view of what's going on over there. More or less, I think that's probably not too bad of an idea. And then this person. What do we want to do with you? I should put this other guy down first, just to just to be safe. So I know where I can build and all of that goodness. Because it's rarely a problem when you start building stuff and all of a sudden you figure out, oh, yeah, that don't work. That don't work there. And then this person maybe can have it coming out right here. So someone can still walk around and get up into their own home. This might be problematic. We will definitely see about that. So let's just pop it over one. I don't think that's all in all going to be too bad of a thing. Do we do the same thing? Do we just move it down ever so slightly like that? And then this person can have some sort of a way to get up here? It doesn't seem like a totally bad idea. Whoa. Whoa, that was a bad idea. Worst idea I've ever had. All right, let's see what's gonna happen if we did something like that. Okay. Oh, I see. Well, maybe if we do something like this. Is that lined up well enough? Probably not. Just wanna get that as close as possible. There we go. Perfect. All right, but we should put this over on this side actually, if that's at all possible. You gotta be kidding me. Let's move you around. Really? You don't say. Well, you will go here. Somewhere. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. That actually works out really well. And then this can be a straightforward way. Maybe we can put something here, and then they can do their stuff over on that side. So that looks pretty decent overall. There's probably one spot that I can put another house, maybe. Nothing fancy, of course. Fancy ain't the name of this game. And will that be problematic? Maybe. The answer is always a strong maybe. Alright, so you just need to go out like that a little bit. Is that dance? Might be dance. Come on. I know that you want to go. There we go. The question is that really too close to that? Probably. This is going to be a problem for caravans. This, however, would not be. So the caravan can come in clean from this side, and essentially could navigate just about anywhere that they would want to go. So I suppose that's... If I grab all that... No, that's not. That is no bueno. Alright, let's just try moving it forward just a little bit. There we go. That is much more preferable to what I would ideally like to see at this. There we go. And I think overall, actually that doesn't look too bad, even with that coming flush to the ground. And then, I don't know what we'll do here. Maybe another crappy style house. Lots of holes. This person could obviously only afford one square tile for their floor, so they're probably not going to deck it out with all this amazing stuff. Oh, that's just not going to come in, are you? Oh, nope. All right, so if we had something like place in the red, maybe, but we don't, so nope, don't work. Ah, I see. What if we didn't have you? That's what it was. There we go. And now we gotta go all the way to the other side. I feel like the doorway probably should have been next to the walls, but you know, whatever. That's just me and my old-fashioned thinking. Almost pulled out the wrong doorway there. I would like to see in the DLC some interior doorways. That would be fudge. I think I had it. Nope, nope. You know how to do this? Use console commands. There you go. And then you just turn it back off, because those can get wonky if you're not super careful about it. Let's see, roofs. Let's give ourselves a roof. You know what? Again, this guy's having some problems. He can only cover his house with a blanket. Overall, not a bad one. Maybe it could have even extended this out just a wee bit. Nah, I don't feel like doing that. Although that would give his house some character. So, you know what? Let's give in to the things that we said that we weren't going to do. And we'll give him something like this, maybe? No, he's going to want to see. He's going to want to know what's going on about the town. And we can still walk under that, so that makes me a happy camper. Let's give him some shitty walls to fill the stuff in. There we go. And we'll give him the steel ones on the other side. He found one piece of scrap metal that fit his needs. So more or less, I don't know where we're going to put his bed. I suppose we could just lay it there, which is probably the best place for it to go. This house, on the other hand, is going to be slightly more problematic, just kind of due to the general area. Probably should just put the doors on all these first, as a time saver. So this one, we're gonna do something like that, which works for me. There we go. And then we'll put this guy up here. There we go. Alrighty, so this is gonna probably cause issues, but we'll just use the clipping stuff to get around those problems. So this guy's gonna come in here. People will still be able to see his junk nuggets. That would really suck. How are we gonna fix that? That is the question. The $1,000,000 question. I suppose what we could end up doing is putting like a half wall, like right in there. It's probably the way to go about doing that, honestly. These also don't line up all that well. So that's a thing. Well, let's go ahead and just start placing the normal walls around, and then we can kind of figure out what we want to do from there. This guy with his multi-level home is feeling it, as it were. He's got all the goods. He can do all the things. I suppose the other thing that we're going to need to be cognizant of is the fact that this little guy right here. Ooh. You know what? That smells like problems. There we go. That smells like less problems. The issue was that we're coming in right at the center, so we can't be coming in on the stairs like that. This one's essentially going to be the exact same way, so this should be fine. Okay, so do we want him to see his crappy neighbor's house? Probably not, which is exactly why we should make that the case. There you go. Yeah, this little hole. I suppose it's not too bad, right? He's not watching that too much. Okay, so how do we roof that? If we even roof it, do we give him one of these weird roofs like this? Jesus Christ, come on. Is this no, that is not viable. That is not a viable alternative. They kind of need oh wow, that doesn't even work. Huh. Like quarter roofs even. A quarter roof would be super cool. Okay, so that's not going to work. This guy is going to just need to have a big skylight area, which is okay. Which is okay. There's nothing wrong with skylights. It just is what it is, unfortunately. Now, you know, in the future, these things, they might change. They might change. We don't know. How shitty do I want to make this? I kind of want to give this guy a nice little view. Question is, do I start fudging all this stuff so that I can squeeze one of those things in there? I think the answer is no, personally. Let's give him one of those, and then that way he can see. He will for sure be able to see. This wall is going to be problematic, so we are going to need to get rid of that. Yeah, be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way this wall does not fit here. Oh. I thought I... Right? Did I... Oh. What? Oh, TCL isn't working now. Schnikes. Wait. If it's not working, then I just did a lot of stuff thinking that it was working. You know what? Yeah, you do that. Because this wall's more important than you. Okay. Well, that ain't gonna work. You know how we're gonna rectify this situation? We are going to just make it, maybe it's like his patio area. Yeah. This kind of ruins it for me a little bit. Just a little bit. I could always, go ahead and do something else with this, but, no real point at the moment, I feel. No reason to redo it, as it were. It's going to be interesting for this one, though. Maybe we just kind of scrap this idea and we make this a one-time thing for this guy. And he's definitely going to be living in the elements a little bit. I don't necessarily want to make his roof crappy. No, we don't want it to pour in his house either, so we'll do it that way. And then you can kind of have some little setup here. I don't know, maybe we can put like a cooking station there or something like that. This person, however, I feel like we are going to redo you just because it's going to be more problematic for me on the editing side of things if this is not the case. Well, this is still pretty nasty now that I'm thinking about it. What if we did something real wonky? That wouldn't work, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I was thinking we could try and wrap this around somehow. But that doesn't really seem super viable. I'm thinking even if we could do something like this. Let's do that. We're gonna go navigate to a quarter floor. We're gonna pull this and there we go. That's what I wanted. All right. Now it's still a wee bit wonky, I suppose. That's not good. Ooh, that's not good at all. You know what? Sometimes you just can't have everything, can you? Oh. The idea is to somewhat... Yeah, that wouldn't... Well, it's not on the same one, so who knows. Let's try that again. And just see if we can't... No. I mean, this would work. If we did something like that. It would leave the room there. It doesn't give him really any room over here. But it's not necessarily my problem. There we go. And then we can give it some of these little walkway guys. And this will be the entrance to this person's abode. Now, if we get lucky, we might be able to put like one of these little half guys. Again, that's if we get lucky. Which I'm not feeling lucky, punk. I think the best way almost is to do it like that. Yeah, nope. Sorry, sir. You're going to be living in a smaller home. So this is going to be this guy, I guess, open to the elements. And then another guy just kind of, you know, hanging out, doing his thing. Can I place a half wall? Because that would be pretty spectacular. If I could just get one. You know what? I think I actually know how to do this. We'll put the quarter floor up here. There we go. And then there we go. That's actually might whoops. Might do it for us. Alright, let's go back and we'll get him that that full wall. Let's give him a metal one. Metal one on this side. There we go. In this way, his house is just a little bit less open to the elements. It looks a little bit better. I know I was kind of going with that, you know, out in the elements, in the elementes. But blah, blah, blah. Who cares? No one cares. Well, even less so myself. All right, we're gonna try and fit one more. Why does that fit? Why does that one fit, but this other one doesn't? Okay. How about you take a break? Go right there. Other way. There we go. All right. And then that one can go, and then hopefully you can go back. There we go. Perfect. All right. And then what does this guy want to do? Does he want to be really secluded? I think that's the main goal of this guy's house. He's just like, you know what? All you guys want to look at the fancy buildings and all that junk. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that at all. So he doesn't. He doesn't at all. He says, I'm gonna try and block off as much people as I can. Let's give a metal wall as well, because, you know, there's enough sheet metal for one house. That's it. Can we get this in here? I suppose that we actually might be able to if we take this out. That's my proposition. Look at me. Look at that. There you go. And this isn't, yeah. It's a little iffy. But you know what? It's going to be what we're going to have to deal with. And let's say that this guy also, just, you know, he likes ducklings and spaceships. I always thought these were rubber ducklings, so I apologize for that mistake. These are most definitely spaceships. But yeah, he likes spaceships. He likes thinking about space. So when he rests his head to go to sleep, you know, he likes to look up at the rocket chips. That being said, we pretty much have our two little housing sections now. I think this one might be a little bit better laid out. I think this one just looks better because it's so dense. Regardless, we do have our little living section over there. I'm quite pleased with it. I think it's going to get better with time. The more experience I have with these, the better that it's going to get, obviously. So with all of that in mind, I think it's time to start decorating. Just because I normally start decorating at the end, but I don't think that's going to fly too much anymore. Just kind of based on the fact that we're doing so much, it's just not it's not worth it to wait anymore. Especially if we're going to really try and decorate these guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and start plopping the beds, and I'm thinking that that's probably the best idea, just based on the fact that you know, we'll be able to sorry, I always get caught up when I'm placing these pieces of crap. There we go. Just because if we stay in the same vicinity, I think we'll be doing a lot better in the long run. So this guy, you know what? He's a little bit more of a minimalist. He doesn't need these big fancy beds. He's gonna get this small guy, and he's just gonna pop him up right against the wall like that. And then maybe we can give him like a dresser or something there. I was about to switch to it. Gotta stay on task. This guy is a poor guy, so we could just give him a bed like that, or we give him just a regular old crap-o-matic mattress. Come on. I know you wanna be placed here. There you go. Alright, so that's gonna be his little piece of shit. And maybe we can give him like a chair or something to sit there. And he can look out. Oh, we'll think about it. So we got beds all on that side. So this side, we got this guy here. Okay, so I don't know, maybe he's a little bit more of like an open person. Like he chose to make his house slightly open, and he's gonna go. No, you know what? This guy likes beds. This guy likes real beds. He's a real bed guy. And then we got this like duplex over here. Maybe this was a couple that was once living together. They had this big shack and they tore it down. Now they're separated. And he's going to get the bottom bunk and she can get the top bunk. How about that? Come up with little stories. I don't know how much I can actually match these up. She also took the bed. You know what? This would be really hilarious if we had this one in here. couldn't even get in here if you wanted. Well, maybe you can. Maybe you can. It's definitely a one-person bed, right? Yeah. I think that's actually not that bad, but it just doesn't fit, right? And the Institute stuff, super cool. Actually, I'm surprised I even have it because when I installed this mod, I pretty much said, don't give me anything from Institute if I haven't already unlocked it. So either I've unlocked it because I did just go see the Institute, or the mod is lying. The mod is lying to me. Alright, I think all in all that's probably pretty decent. Just try and get it as close to the corner as possible. We can give her something there. But yeah, she kept the bed. And then this person down here basically kicked to the curb. He has a sleeping bag. Sorry, bro. She took the dog too, probably. Oh shit, we never... You know when I say I mean we. Or we, I mean I. Yeah, whatever. This one, actually, I think we might be able to do something even cooler off of this. And when I say cooler, I just mean bigger. It's not necessarily any more awesome. Yeah. Okay, so that's just that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna. Damn it! I can't walk upstairs anymore. All right, so this one is just gonna have to end up being something out of our stuff. Is this? Okay. I was gonna get a little frustrated there if that didn't fit. Just because it's one of them things. There you go. Come on. There you go. There you go. And then I think I said I wanted to give this person a window. So let's try and do that. Always got to get the right door. Now, I know it's like kind of the same door over and over again, but fuck, this is going to be a problem. Oh, well, you know, you live and you learn and you do some things. And you get lucky when it's not a problem. Well, I suppose it works. Kind of liking the flow. The flow of this episode is really, really good. We're getting some things done. We're getting a lot of things done. Oh, you, come on. There you go. I don't know what the hell that was all about there. Let's give this guy a roof. What kind of roof? Maybe a big one here? Like that. And then we can get this one. And I would want it to go that way. There we go. Does that look right? Yeah, it looks like what I wanted. Yeah, that's the way I wanted it. Okay. Delicious. So the rainwater, if it doesn't fall through all these holes, will go down this way and then roll off that way. Not that this is like way overthinking it, but it kind of is what it is. So yeah, there. This is gonna be a single person's abode. So we'll just put this bed in like so. And yeah, I'm liking it. Alrighty. Well, everybody, I think what we're going to end up doing here is taking a bit of a break. Now, I haven't decorated all, but I have, you know, I have put the beds in. And the beds are arguably one of the most important parts. I forget whether or not I had these jail cells fully installed. I did some magic with the console to get these guys all in here. So they are what they are. I'm not sure we can really lock them though, so that might prove interesting. I know I can lock them with the console, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. When the time comes, we will figure that whole situation out. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for us, guys. Let me know what you think about this. More or less, I get done with these before I post them. It depends. This one seems like it's probably going to be a little bit longer one. Let me know if you like this newer format where we kind of do, I guess, more focused episodes, and like this one is going to be little to no cutting on it whatsoever. And then we can just do like these little chunks, and I don't know. We'll see how much of these I can actually pump out, but you know, there wasn't a whole lot of useless stuff the other day, so I guess I just lucked out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know down below in the comment section, hitting that like button, you know, do whatever you do. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever it is to you, and I will see you back here next time for some more Fallout 4 building.